We are surrounded by a plethora of self-help books. Can we find a truly useful book without falling under the alluring spell of quantum and talismans? Obviously, it's a bit difficult, but not impossible. You may have experienced how difficult it is to form a new habit or to break a bad habit. But why is this process so difficult? Why does it seem impossible to form habits easily? Let me introduce you to one of the best books I have ever discovered, Atomic Habits. In this video we will go through the book and discuss some of the topics it talks about. Atomic Habits promises that you can change your habits. One of the first and one of the most important things it says is that success is not a big event that comes out of nowhere. It's a process that progresses by 1% every day. Let's illustrate this. Let's say you want to read a book and you can't do it. If you decided to read a book for 15 minutes a day, it might seem small at first, but let's see how far you can go if you keep at it consistently. If you read a book for 15 minutes every day, that's between 7 and 15 pages. You will become someone who reads 2 to 3 books a month. In the beginning you were not reading at all, but just by reading for 15 minutes a day you will become a reader of 2 to 3 books a month. At worst, you will read 24 books a year. Not bad for a start. What determines who we are? Our beliefs or our real life? Atomic Habits says that our habits determine who we are. At first this may seem a bit far-fetched, but when you think about it, it's not that far off the mark. If your living space is very clean and organized, you spend time and effort to maintain it. Then you can be said to be an organized person. If you don't waste your time and it's because of bad habits, then you are ultimately a productive person. In short, habits make up who we are. As we develop good habits, we change who we are. Every habit not only gives results, but also teaches you something much more important, self-confidence. I know that some of us suffer from insecurity, and I have to say that changing habits, the journey to good habits, is very important in this respect. So why is it difficult to change our habits? The book says that there are 2 reasons. The first is that we are just trying to change something. The second is that we are trying to change our habits in the wrong direction. Since no habit can be permanent if it doesn't fit the essence of the person, habits can be temporary behaviors until they become part of who we are. Let's imagine a healthy person. This person will not only exercise, but also eat well. He will not prefer to use a personal elevator instead of several stairs. He will prefer to use the stairs. And with that, all these things will become his identity. Okay, we more or less understand what habits mean, but how to create change? The book suggests 2 steps first. First, decide what kind of person you want to be. Second, prove it to yourself through small achievements. Decision-making, like habits, is a very easy way of life, and the way to do it consists of 4 rules. The first rule is to make it visible, the second is to make it attractive, and the third is to make it easy. Let's take a look at the 4 rules and some of the things I noticed about these 4 rules. How conscious are you in your actions during the day? How many habits do you have that you say you are consciously doing what you are doing at that moment? Until you build the unconscious, it continues to direct your life. And what you call fate is actually based on these 4 rules. The book emphasizes that we need to identify the habits we do automatically during the day and change them. So, how do we discover our habits and how do we change them? You need to take detailed notes of what you do during the day. For example, you woke up in the morning, looked at your phone, went to the restroom, had breakfast. Even while you were making breakfast or eating something, you looked at your phone again, and so on. Of course, this can be different for everyone. In fact, this list will reveal how you spend your time during the day. Identify each action as good, bad, or what type of habit it is. Replace bad habits with good ones. At this point, there is an important point that the book emphasizes. You're going for a run tomorrow, but you're likely to fail because it's a vague plan. However, if you make a more specific plan, for example, after coming home from school, I'm going to go home, pack my bag, get water, then go for a run. After the run, I'm going to eat after I get home, you can increase your chances of success by setting a more specific goal in your mind. Through this example, the book emphasizes the importance of sort of stacking and sequencing many tendencies and habits. Also, this habit of hoarding involves, for example, stopping at the grocery store after going to the gym to buy healthy food and preparing your meal with these ingredients. This way, you're exercising and at the same time creating a space for yourself to eat healthy. By stacking habits together, the book suggests, you can more easily maintain them. Another important point is the environment we are in when we are trying to build habits, because the environment can affect our habits in a positive or negative way. For example, if you are reading a book and there are a lot of distractions around, it can have a negative impact on your concentration. For this reason, it is important that the spaces we are in when we are trying to acquire new habits are organized in a way that is suitable for these habits. The book emphasizes this point, which can be useful both in terms of forming new habits and in terms of breaking bad habits. It talks about the importance of planning habits throughout the day in the right order to achieve success. For example, if sports is a habit that is not very enjoyable for you, it may be good to add an activity that you enjoy before it. Watching one more episode of a favorite TV show before going to the gym can be enjoyable. It is also important to regularly report the gains we make from habits. The book suggests that once you start reading regularly, put the books you have read in a place in your room where you can see them. This can be evidence of how far you have come. Also, we mentioned sports. Taking your body measurements or taking change photos can be a source of inspiration and motivation. In short, Atomic Habits lays out the 4 basic principles in a very systematic and explanatory way and elaborates on them, providing a rational framework for acquiring habits or breaking bad habits. Also, the book sometimes falls into repetition and unnecessary prolongation, but ultimately remains one of the best books of its kind. If you are interested in self-help books or if you want to change your habits or quit bad habits, I would consider this book a must-read. We will review other self-help books in the future. We would be happy if you like our video and subscribe to our channel. See you in the next video. Goodbye.